I made over 48,210 gold farming one raid 10 times with 10 different characters. Let us begin. Resuming where we left off last week with this initial series of instance farming, I decided to go over towards the Blackwing layer. Now with my druid I was going for a few keynote items, one being of which is the Orb of Deception. You can get this from Blackwing layer and also Molten Core. The other different types of things that I actually was going for is the Battle Pets, which was Chrominius, the Untamed Hatchling, Death Talon Whelp Guard, and Elementium Ingots. Elementium Ingots being a keynote item as they are used to create enchanted Elementium bars, which sell for a decent chunk on the auction house, as well as they being a very good way in order to smelt for gold. Jumping over towards our druid, we managed to get 4 Elementium Ingots and only 1 Death Talon Whelp Guard at a total time of 7 minutes. Along with my Demon Hunter, I managed to get 3 Elementium Ingots and I got no Battle Pets at a roughly 8 minutes for this farming. However, I did manage to get with my Demon Hunter a ton of different types of items, which is because he is a skinner and he managed to get a hold of a load of different types of black, green, red and blue dragon scales. Blue and red dragon scales are really hard to come by as the majority of them are unobtainable within the game, and blue dragon scales can only come from the second to last boss, Chromaggus, and that is why it drives a high value currently on my server, around about 500 gold for one scale. Along with that, I actually managed to grab some chromatic scales as well, along with a load of gems that you get at the end boss of Nefarian, and this comes from every other different type of character. Jumping over towards my rogue, I managed to get 3 Elementium Ingots, along with 1 Untamed Hatchling and 1 Death Talon Whelp Guard at roughly 7 minutes. Along with my warrior for 1 Elementium Ingot, didn't get very lucky that time, and I managed to get 1 Chrominius Battle Pet along with an Untamed Hatchling at 8 minutes. As for my Death Knight, I managed to get 2 Elementium Ingots and 1 Death Talon Whelp Guard at roughly 7 minutes for this run. My Paladin on the other hand managed to get 4 Elementium Ingots and 1 Untamed Hatchling along with 1 Death Talon Whelp Guard at roughly 8 minutes for this run. As for my Shaman, he managed to clear this within 9 minutes and roughly 6 Elementium Ingots, 1 Battle Pet of Chrominius, Untamed Hatchling and Death Talon Whelp Guard, which overall getting all the Battle Pets was pretty dang good. My Priest on the other hand managed to get 5 Elementium Ingots and no Battle Pets at roughly 10 minutes. My Warlock managed to get 4 Elementium Ingots and 1 Death Talon Whelp Guard at roughly 9 minutes, and my Mage managed to get 6 Elementium Ingots, 1 Chrominius along with 1 Death Talon Whelp Guard at roughly 10 minutes. One little side note within this raid I would highly recommend is if you are a spellcaster, when you're running up to all of the bosses in that massive large room after the steam gas area, you will find that a lot of the spellcasters cannot be killed with all of your magic abilities. This adds an additional amount of time, roughly around 3 to 2 minutes, depending on how fast your character is at meleeing all of those characters down. However, you can always use the Dragon King to launch yourself over walls as well, and that also circumvents the steam gas area, which causes extra additional time towards your character's run speed. This can greatly increase how fast you can actually clear this raid, as opposed to actually running through all the gas clouds, which take forever and a day in order to get past. In total, I managed to get around about 38 Elementium Ingots, 3 of the Chrominius Battle Pet, 4 Untamed Hatchlings, and 7 Death Talon Whelp Guards at roughly 83 minutes, or on average 3.8 Elementium Ingots, 0.3 Chrominius, 0.4 Untamed Hatchling, and 0.7 Death Talon Whelp Guard, as well as an average of running this raid at 8.3 minutes. In addition to all of this, I managed to get quite a nice amount of patterns, and this is why you should do this raid. This raid is mainly not for the Battle Pets, as they are a nice little uptick, but they're not worth a great deal. You're mainly going for the Orb of Deception, Elementium Ingots, and also the patterns and recipes that you can get along with this, as well as the skinning materials, so it is best done with a skinner. On the other hand, I managed to get the pattern for the Mooncloth bag, additional arcane crystals from the last boss, as well as a load of old world materials as well, the pattern for the War Bear harness, pattern for the gloves of spell mastery, which was going for around about 34,000 gold, which now has seemingly gone up in value since of this farming session, bringing us into a total auction house value posted at 48,210 gold, and the total time spent is 1 hour 23 minutes. And by jumping over towards my banker with the auction house listed posted, we currently have around about 88,787 gold posted on the auction house, with a liquid gold earned of 5,510 gold. This should work over time and compound the more raids we actually clear and the more high value items that we have on the auction house. This will greatly increase our chances and our paydays will start to drastically get bigger over the upcoming weeks. The raid farmer gold sheet is currently on the Patreon and has been updated for this week, along with my TSM profile, which has also been updated this week. So if you want any of this additional content, then please head over towards the Patreon. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.